So talk to us about where you are in this sort of tech payment stack. I mean, you work with companies from Walmart to Uber. You know, we also hear about PayPal and Stripe working with Uber, for example, as well. Where are you in that transaction?
Great question, Emily, and thanks again for having me. The Button platform really sits above that stack, and so where we sit is really in this place where publishers integrate with Button to connect their consumers to their next step. So what we're trying to build is an internet that we think is going to be better, an internet built on actions, not ads. And so what the publisher technology that we've built does is it sits inside of an application, renders an actual button, and then connects them to the place of intent that their users ultimately may want to go, whether that's a mapping app going to Uber or app like Reward Style that you just saw that is powering an influencer network to drive sales at ASOS.
Now, obviously, mobile shopping is on the rise, but for many retailers, mobile shopping can be a fairly lacking experience. I find that I make mistakes if I'm trying to shop on my phone, whereas if I'm focused and sitting on my laptop, I have a much better experience. Right. Is that changing?
So I think there's a lot of change happening, and Button is trying to invest in that ourselves. You're seeing the platforms, Apple and Google, of course, do a lot to make this easier. With Facebook's recent launch of Instagram checkout, you're obviously seeing that they're investing a ton in making the checkout process more seamless. What we fundamentally believe when we started the company was that if we could build a method that would make consumers have a delightful experience getting from that moment of intent to the moment of fulfillment, saying, hey, I want to ride or I want to book a reservation, and having that be as few taps as possible, we would win, and the companies that we're building on top of our platform would win. And so you're seeing innovation happen with sign-on and the actual account credentials being passed more easily between experiences, Apple Pay, of course, and the Google checkout experiences. PayPal is making this easier. So you're seeing strides be made, but there's still a long way to go because, like you said, it's a lot easier to purchase on your PC still, unfortunately.
So where are you seeing the most growth? Instagram, for example, recently launched e-commerce, and it's moving slowly.
Yeah, and it's an interesting point. So in our judgment, we think that the Instagram effort is one that we predicted for a long time. I wasn't the most popular guy in the venture capital pitch room saying, hey, the world is moving to commerce, because they said advertising makes so much money. But in reality, what I think Facebook is doing is very smart. They're trying to habituate consumers around driving transactions from their platform, and everyone is looking at Amazon with a little bit of fear, a little bit of jealousy, and I think what you're seeing is that they're looking at Amazon's power as being the habituated source of transactions and saying, look at how Amazon's growing its ad business. And what's fascinating is that if you look at Amazon's business, the fastest growing channel it's had in terms of revenue growth has been its advertising business for the past 8 quarters in a row. And so what's fascinating about that is that every company wants to grow and be a part of that puzzle or that story. And that's the thing that we're seeing grow most quickly, is that for the future of advertising, especially in mobile, when display and all types of advertising are under fire, the way that you're going to be able to make money and build durability into your business model is to give consumers what they want. And for us, we're trying to give that power to every publisher that exists, to every company that has intent.